Hi, welcome to my presentation over tort liability for teachers. Tort is basically defined as teachers are liable if a student gets hurt under the teacher's care. There are two main types. There's intentional tort. As Osborne said, it is an offense committed by an individual who intends to do harm to another person or understands that her actions may cause harm. A common intentional tort that occurs in schools is battery. A battery is described as an intentional, harmful, or offensive touching of another person. There's also negligence, which is the inability to provide care when someone in the same situation would provide care. We were asked to put 5 cases on our presentation, and my first one is Frame versus Comax. Mr. Frame, he's an 8th grade student. He's taken a spelling test in his class, and during the test, his group of friends start to get really rowdy. And Dr. Comax, who is the substitute teacher, asks them to leave. And this one kid, he decides he doesn't want to leave. So he gets over there to his desk. The kid stands up. He grabs him by the arm to escort him out. And he stumbles over a book, loses his footing, and trips and stops against the backboard. So Frame sued for battery and assault, but he lost the case because the court ruled that Comax was justified in his actions because he was provoked and it was necessary to keep order in the class. I feel as if my district would take the side of the substitute teacher. They're pretty good about backing their staff and making sure that we do the right thing in all situations. By being proactive, we have non-negotiables and core values, and they're posted around the school, and kids know that if they do any of these things that are non-negotiables, they will be getting a referral and going to the office. So I don't think a sub should be unconfident entering the classroom. Professional ethics would be beneficial to have in any situation. This allows for the teacher to have respect and gain respect along with several other characteristics that they would need. The second case is Flanagan versus Canton. Flanagan is a 5th grade student in PE class, and this is another rowdy situation. So the teacher sent them in early, and he stayed out in the gym to talk to a student alone while everybody went into the locker room to change. When they went in, Flanagan was pushed from behind and suffered injuries that resulted in an emergency splenectomy. And the mother sued for negligence because the teacher was not in the locker room supervising. He was out in the gym. And she won the case, saying the court said that the teacher should have monitored the locker room more closely to avoid the conflict. To be reactive, we would make sure that there's supervision. I'm a PE teacher, so we keep a very close eye on things that go on in the locker room. We know that that's usually a place where shenanigans do happen. To be proactive, we talk to that student during class or talk to him during another time, whether that be after school, between classes, during the class, when he can keep an eye on everybody. We have a job to keep the environment safe at all times. We have to do our best ability. If we don't, then there is potential for someone to get hurt. Third case, Munn versus Hotchkiss School. This is a young girl who is on a school trip that they were hiking in a wooded area. She got bit by a tick, and she suffered from neurological damage, and she was left unable to speak. So her parents sued and said that they didn't tell the students that there could be a disease from these insects on the trips, and they also neglected to tell them what appropriate clothes to wear and to wear bug repellent. And the 15-year-old girl and her parents, they won the case because the Hotchkiss School did not give them information on what could happen and what kind of insects or dangers could happen in that situation. To be reactive, to me, it's common sense. If you're going on a hike, you need to wear appropriate clothes, wear bug spray. But to some, they may not understand and they need to be told. So a reaction, I would assume, would be that the school would take great remorse and try to help the student out any way they can. An example, a fundraiser for them to raise money to go to her medical bills. Proactive, the teacher should have sent a or a parent letter explaining the dangers and how they should dress and what they should prepare for. Brahacek in Millard School District. So Brahacek was a student at Millard School, and he had missed the first day of the golf unit in his PE class. So the first day they went over procedures and how to stay safe. When he arrived on the second day, the teacher did not review. And he didn't know how to swing a club. He didn't know how to do anything. So another student decided to give him an example and kind of help him. So he walked up to take a swing and show him what he needed to do. So he needed to take 2 practice swings and then 1 swing on the golf ball. He went up, did 2 practice swings, noticed that Brahacek was further behind him, and then when he went to do the real deal and swing at the golf ball, he didn't realize that Brahacek had gotten closer, and he hit him on his backswing. He never regained consciousness, and he died 2 days later. So the parents sued the school because they neglected to review the safety rules, and the teachers were also busy helping other students, and they weren't watching the entire class. So the court awarded Brahacek over $53,000 in damages. As a reaction, the district would look into the situation. They would watch cameras in the gym to pinpoint how the situation started. And to be proactive, it's really important as a PE teacher that you have eyes on everyone at all times, and you can see everything. You don't spend too much time on one student. You make sure that you see and hear everything that's going on. NM versus Anchorage School District. So a 6-year-old was leaving school when he ran to his mother and tripped and fell face first into pine shrubs. One of the sticks went into the child's eye and went to his frontal lobe of his brain. He suffered life-changing injuries. The mother sued the school for being negligent to remove those bushes, and it was a very heavily trafficked path, so they should have been able to remove those things. The family was awarded, they won the case, $4.5 million in damages and additional money for emotional distress of the family. To be reactive, you remove those shrubs immediately. You search the surroundings and walkways for anything else that could be dangerous. You don't want that to happen again. Proactive, you just have to have a safe environment. If you don't have a safe environment where kids can run freely without worrying about running into something, then you're probably not on the right track. Let's make sure that we have a very safe environment for these students.